part of Ado-Ekiti flows a sacred river known as Omirin, the river of divine fishes. Here, the waters do more than nourish the land. They carry the spirit of a goddess. Local legend tells of a powerful deity who transformed herself into this river, leaving behind as sacred children the fishes that swim within. To harm them is taboo. To eat them unthinkable. According to the people, no matter how long this fish boils, it will never soften. And anyone who dares to defile the sacred order by catching or cooking a fish from Omirin will face the wrath of the goddess herself.
Ẹja yẹn ló jẹ́ important jù fún apẹja etí erin kó o ṣe kò ní jiná wọn kì í pa gan kẹ́hìn gbọ́ mi sà wọn kì í pa ẹnìkan dẹ oníjọ́ kínní àná.
Kówé sùn kan yìí ṣe.
Kówé kò sí nǹkan tó ní ẹja yẹn máa ṣe pé tóun bá mú lọ léwọn á sè é ó ṣe ẹja yẹn títí tí ẹja yẹn ò jiná péjọ. Ejò wà láwárí. Ohun tí wọ́n pèsè di lẹ́jọ́ pé ó kọjá ẹni.
Kí làwọn ìgbésẹ̀ tó wá gbé lẹ́yìn yẹn?
Ó ṣe ètùtù ni.
Ètùtù rẹ̀ ló ètùtù ẹni ló ṣe bẹ̀lẹ̀ ọ̀sẹ̀ yá. Ẹ kú o. Ẹ kú bó ti ṣe ètùtù.
Bó ti ṣe ètùtù rẹ̀ ó wà in life till now.
The Erin Ayonigba River is not only a site of mystery, but also of healing.
Òun lè dókítà rẹ̀ agidi. A gbọ́ mọ̀ yí dókítà lọ́gbọ̀n kàí ló bímọ. Òun lọ́ba iṣẹ́. Òun la alágbo ìwòyá wo mọ́. Torí kó bá ti lóyún sínú, òun ẹbẹ̀ láti ẹ̀gbàgbọ́ títí fún mọ́kà mú ebi.
The people believe that its waters cleanse the body and spirit. They drink from it, bathe in it, and use it in their daily lives, trusting the river spirit to protect their community from harm. Visitors often come to feed the sacred fish with bread, watching as they gather gracefully at the surface.
Tá a fi rọ omi tá a ṣàdúrà tá a ṣe pé à á gbàdúrà níjọ́ kan àwọn oníṣẹ̀ṣe ẹni tó rọ́mọ bí wá sísàlẹ̀ lọ́run àwa gbàdúrà fún wa ọdún kejì ẹ̀ ọwọ́ agbọ́mọyẹ wá tá a tún ṣàdúrà fún.
For the people of Eringio, Omirin is more than just the water. It is life, healing, and the heartbeat of their faith. Data according to the United Nations World Food Programme says 30.6 million Nigerians face acute food insecurity. Experts blame on many factors which include the security challenges in the North and Middle Belt, post-harvest losses, poor storage facility, and a couple of other issues. Over the years, there have been efforts at boosting food production in Nigeria, taking advantage of its over 70 million hectares of land, multiple agroecological zones, and a climate favorable for year-round farming. There have been several other such interventions by governments at council, state, and federal levels, including the Produce for Lagos program and the 500 billion naira guarantee fund scheme by the Lagos state government. In September, the Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, Abubakar Yari, said the prices of food items have crashed across the country, but some Nigerians differ, saying they are yet to feel the ease.
Before, we said chicken for it before, but now we sell 5,000 naira.
This one, before I selling 300, now I selling 500 because only it don't cost. Down I selling, before I selling 3,500, now I selling 6,000. Everything don't cost.
About 2 months ago, we are buying the food. Like rice or back of rice is 70-something thousand naira, like 75, 78, 73. But now 60, 62, 50, 55 safe. So if I look, it's gone down now. Not to say like if you have increasing the price now.
2025 marks the 80th anniversary of the annual World Food Day, which is celebrated on October the 16th every year. This year with the theme, Hand in Hand for Better Food and a Better Future, the United Nations target building a peaceful, sustainable, and food-secure future where everyone has access to a healthy diet. To achieve this, experts suggest the way forward must be comprehensive, from tackling insecurity to investing in climate resilience farming to improving storage, irrigation, and transportation systems. That's in addition to strengthening farmers' cooperatives, access to finance and research. With the right investment, policies, and protection for its farmers, Nigeria may be on its way from food insecurity to food sovereignty. Because in a nation so richly blessed, no one should go hungry.
If you order both InDrive or Uber and you see this man run for your life.
Immediately I entered this man's car, there was something hanging in front of his mirror. It looked so fetish and...
But this same man picked me up, May 3rd, and he did the same thing.
Chef both, chef Uber, chef InDrive.
I'm getting scared because like, oh my God, what if he's the one? You guys, please be careful.
This is the man who goes around in boats, InDrive and Uber, allegedly robbing women of their belongings, raping ladies in his ride, and pretending to offer safe transport while carrying knives, scissors, guns, and other weapons in his car.
This guy has pepper spray, he has gun, he has sharp weapons, whatever.
For months, young women have cried out, sharing stories of their painful encounters with this predator. They talk about how he allegedly threatens them, hurts them, and strips them not just of their possessions, but of their dignity.
And you're telling me I'm not with your food. He's like, you want me to kill you here? Immediately he now brought out the knife. He was not holding the knife. He said he's going to stab me to death. Started diverting to another route. That do I have condom inside my bag? Look at what he was asking me. I said I don't have condom inside my bag. He now searched my bag. That he's going to send my body in parts. That he already has people that will buy my body.
Despite these cries and warnings, he is still on the road. He is still picking up unsuspecting women and still moving through Uber, Bolt, and InDrive like a hunter waiting for his next victim. And the most heartbreaking question remains, why is a man like this still allowed to drive? Why has no company taken firm action to protect the very people they promise safety to?
Uber are still allowing this man to drive after he has victimized a lot of girls. Every day they're going to complain about our riders. Every day.
So why would Uber and Bolt and InDrive allow a known criminal walk with them?
Will you be employing a highway robber to be on the highway picking people?
Every day that passes without justice is another day of risk for countless women. What use is technology if it cannot protect the vulnerable? What good is business when it ignores the cries of the broken? To the companies, the question is simple. How many more women must be hurt before you act? How many more tears must fall before you listen?
Please, Nigerian police, come to our help. Like the government should look into it, police they should look into it, and even close to like 8 or more were saying, oh, I've inside this man car before, or I'm a victim, or I almost got kidnapped. What? The worst part of this issue is that it has been reported to the police, but police did nothing about it.
To every reader, this is not just a story. This is a call to wake up, a call to demand safety, a call to make sure that no man, no matter how cunning, is allowed to use the will as a weapon against women again. Because as long as this man is allowed to drive, every woman on the road is in danger.
The government is not doing anything. Somebody should do something about this guy.
Every single day, Lagos generates over 13,000 metric tons of solid waste, more than many African countries produce in a week. But less than half of this waste is properly collected or disposed, while the rest piles up in streets, markets, and growing dump sites across the city, turning communities into ticking time bombs. From Ojota to Agege, Ayobo to Iyanoba,
glad to have you join us on African News 24 TV for news and update of events happening around the world. I'm Timothy Crown at Derby. Let's dive into the conversation, shall we? Let's begin with politics, where the Labour Party has been thrown into fresh crisis after its Board of Trustees announced the dissolution of the Interim National Working Committee led by Senator Nenadi Usman, deepening internal divisions within the party. The BOT, in a statement signed by its chairman Sylvester Ejiofor and Secretary Salisu Mohammed, said the decision followed the Interim National Working Committee's alleged failure to organize world, state and national congresses as required, despite being given time extensions. The board accused the committee of worsening organizational challenges and weakening the party's electoral readiness. Following the dissolution, the BOT named Prince Tony Akeni as acting National Publicity Secretary and Nwowa Nawihe as acting National Secretary, pending the constitution of a new interim leadership. However, the Usman-led faction rejected the decision, describing it as unconstitutional. The group insisted that only the National Executive Council or a national convention has the authority to dissolve the National Working Committee under the party's constitution, maintaining that Usman remains the legitimate chairman. The party's National Publicity Secretary, Obiora, also disputed the BOT's action, questioning the legitimacy of the board and denying claims of factional leadership within the party. The latest development adds to the prolonged leadership crisis rocking the Labour Party ahead of the 2027 general elections. Still in politics, the Independent National Electoral Commission has disowned a parallel governorship primary allegedly conducted by a faction of the Accord Party in Osun State. INEC stated it was not notified of the exercise and only monitored the official primary in which Governor Ademola Adeleke emerged as the party's candidate. The factional primary reportedly produced Clement Bamigbola as its candidate. However, the Accord Party's state leadership described the exercise as unauthorized and illegal, reaffirming Adeleke as a legitimate governorship candidate. The party also warned that legal action may be taken against anyone attempting to recognize parallel primary or its candidate. Governor Adeleke, who defected from the People's Democratic Party to the Accord Party, had been declared the party's candidate in a primary held earlier this month, which INEC monitored and recognized. And in other development, the Nigerian government says the C-130 transport aircraft and 11 military personnel remain detained in Burkina Faso following an emergency landing on December the 8th, 2025. The Nigerian Air Force stated the aircraft diverted to Bobo Dioulasso due to technical issues while en route to Portugal from Lagos for maintenance. Burkinabe authorities seized the plane and detained the soldiers, citing unauthorized entry into their airspace. Nigeria's Ministry of Foreign Affairs has engaged in diplomatic talks to secure their release, emphasizing the landing was precautionary and in line with aviation safety protocols. The incident highlights tensions between Nigeria and the Alliance of Sahel States, which has previously criticized Nigeria for airspace violations and warned of consequences for unapproved military flights. As of now, both the aircraft and personnel remain in Burkina Faso, with negotiations going on, as the Nigerian government continues to stress a diplomatic resolution. And in Lagos, the governor of the state, Babajide Sanwo-OLU, has reaffirmed his administration's commitment to supporting creativity, innovation, and enterprise, while ensuring Lagos remains safe and welcoming. Speaking at the anniversary edition of the Lagos Food Festival, organized by the Ministry of Agriculture and Food Systems, he praised the ministry for empowering food entrepreneurs and providing a platform for young businesses to grow. He also noted that the festival showcases Lagos' diverse culinary heritage and multicultural identity. The governor participated in cooking and food tasting emphasizing that food is a powerful medium for expressing Lagos culture, also highlighting the accompanying art exhibition as a reflection of the state's vibrant creative economy. Commissioner for Agriculture and Food Systems Abisola Olusonya described the festival as a celebration of Lagos culture and culinary traditions, bringing together chefs, restaurants, and caterers for networking and business opportunities. In other news, the federal government has announced a ban on the admission and transfer of students into Senior Secondary School 3, that is SS3, in all public and private secondary schools across the country. The directive issued by the Federal Ministry of Education will take effect from the 2026-2027 academic session. According to the ministry, the policy aims to curb examination malpractice and ensure the integrity of national examinations such as WAEC and NECO, targeting practices where students are moved into SS3 at the last minute to gain unfair advantage. The ministry clarified that admissions and transfers into SS1 and 2 will continue, but no student will be allowed to enter or transfer into SS3 under any circumstance. School administrators have been directed to comply fully with violations attracting sanctions under existing regulations. The government said the measure is designed to promote fairness, continuity in teaching, and public confidence in Nigeria's education system. Business. The president of the Dangote Group, Aliko Dangote, has called for an official investigation into Farouk Ahmed, chief executive of the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority, alleging corruption and regulatory sabotage. Dangote claimed that Ahmed paid approximately $5 million for his children's education abroad, which he described as inconsistent with the earnings of a public official, urging relevant authorities, including the Code of Conduct Tribunal, to investigate the matter to safeguard public trust and investor confidence. The billionaire also criticized NMDPRA for policies he says undermine domestic refining capacity, particularly the repeated issuance of import licenses that favor foreign products over locally refined fuel. The dispute highlights ongoing tensions between Nigeria's regulatory authorities and domestic refiners, as well as broader concerns over fuel supply, pricing, and regulatory oversight in the country's petroleum sector. And Nigeria's exports to African countries surged to 4.9 trillion naira in the third quarter of 2025, almost doubling the 2.49 trillion naira recorded in the same period last year. That is, according to the National Bureau of Statistics, the growth representing a 97.2% year-on-year increase underscores Nigeria's expanding intra-African trade, driven largely by petroleum and manufactured products. Analysts say this trend aligns with broader regional integration efforts, including the African Continental Free Trade Area, which has enhanced market access for Nigerian goods across the continent. While exports to African markets rose sharply, shipments to traditional partners like the United States and India declined by more than 50% in the same period, reflecting global trade challenges and new tariffs. Experts note that the surge in regional exports highlights Nigeria's ongoing push to diversify its trade portfolio and reduce dependence on Western markets. And to foreign stories, Chile has elected far-right candidate Jose KAST as president, marking a sharp shift to the political right in the country. KAST secured approximately 58% of the vote in Sunday's runoff, defeating leftist contender John Jara, who received around 42%. KAST founder of the Republican Party, campaigned on a platform focused on crime reduction, stricter immigration controls, and pro-market economic reforms. Analysts say his victory reflects public concerns over rising perception of crime and irregular migration, despite Chile remaining one of Latin America's safer nations. The election, the first under Chile's new mandatory voting system, comes amid a divided Congress which could limit the scope of major policy changes. KAST is set to assume office on March the 11th, 2026, inheriting a country at a political crossroads with expectations of significant debate over security, immigration, and social reforms. Welcome to sports. Manchester City and Aston Villa recorded important victories to stay within touching distance of Premier League leaders Arsenal as a title race tightened over the weekend. City secured a 3-0 away win against Crystal Palace, with Erling Haaland scoring twice and Phil Foden also on target. The victory moved Pep Guardiola's side to within 2 points of Arsenal, who had earlier beaten Wolves to extend their lead at the top. Aston Villa also boosted their title challenge with a dramatic 3-2 comeback win at West Ham. Villa came from behind twice, with Morgan Rogers scoring both second-half goals, including the winner, to keep Unai Emery's side firmly in contention. The results leave Arsenal top of the table, closely followed by Manchester City and Aston Villa, ensuring the Premier League title race remains highly competitive heading into the next round of fixtures. Welcome to entertainment. Popular Lagos TikToker Amzat Habib, popularly known as PELLER, has been hospitalized after crashing his vehicle during a live broadcast on social media. The incident occurred on the Lekki-Epe Expressway, where the content creator was seen driving while visibly distressed and emotional before the crash. Video clips that later went viral show moments leading up to the crash, which reportedly involved his car hitting a stone barrier. Some reports link the incident to personal issues involving a disagreement with his girlfriend, though this has not been independently confirmed. PELLER was rescued by bystanders and taken to a hospital. The details of his condition have not been made public. The incident has sparked widespread reactions online, with fans expressing concern and others criticizing the dangers of live streaming while driving. No official statement has been issued by PELLER or authorities as investigations continue. That will be all on this broadcast on African News 24 TV. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please stay connected with us on all our social media platforms, and don't forget to visit our website africannews24.ng for the latest update to stay informed and ahead. I'm Timothy Crown Aderibigbe. It's bye for now.